Hi everyone, I am here on the backside of Glacier National Park in Montana. Super happy to bring day 8 to you of our yoga journey together. I will be taking us through all of the postures that we've learned so far. This will be our review day from the entire week. I also recognize I promised dancing on review days, which I wanted to do, but I ended up here in the park and just thought how incredibly beautiful this place is. So we'll catch up with that dancing maybe on the next sequence or the next couple of sequence days and do that then. So for today, I will be speaking us through everything that we've learned. So simply follow along, enjoy. Remember that repetition furthers. So although we are repeating the same things over and over again, it's all good and it feels good. And we're getting used to maybe being able to extend ourselves a little bit further, stretch a little bit more, or possibly our body is just adjusting to being stretched in this way, and it might feel a little slow, and that's okay. But be assured that little bit by bit progress is being made, whether it be with mind and body or with both. So take your time, modify where needed, get any accessories that you need, props, a block, anything that you might need. I will be taking us through step by step. At the very end, I will be quiet and we'll move through the entire sequence together, just on our own, enjoying the sound of nature. Thank you for being here, and I'll say namaste if I haven't explained that before. It's just a traditional word that's used in yoga that means honoring oneself and honoring you for being here, or honoring the light within and the light within you as the same as this union of yoga. Yoga means to yoke, to bring together as that wholeness, and ultimately to know that wholeness within yourself. All right, let's go ahead and get started with review day for day 8. Here we go. Well, we're starting with that complete breath standing. I'm going to stand feet hip width distance apart and root down for your foundation. Lengthen up through the spine. Gaze is forward. Muscles are engaged in the legs. You create that length through the side body. And we're breathing in and out through the nose throughout our practice. We'll go for that complete breath standing. You're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So here we go. Inhale, arms rise overhead, rising up onto the toes best you can. A little precarious here. And exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, arms up, rise up. Woohoo! And exhale, slowly lower. This is for functional mobility. I've even had ankle stuff going on and balance stuff through menopause. As we age, we want this line of energy and strength reaching up. Slowly lower, exhale. Again, 2 more times. Inhale, rise up onto the toes, push through the toe mounds, reach up. And exhale, slowly lower the heels. Yoga meets us where we're at. Final breath, we'll try to pause at the top. Inhale, reaching up high, maybe touching the hands, push through the toe mounds, reach up, pause. And exhale slowly to lower, heels come down, arms come down. Nice work, complete breath standing. I'll turn to the side, feet hip width distance apart. You can remain where you're at. I'm just doing this to show you. Interlace the hands behind the back. Feel your feet again, engage the muscles in the legs, lengthen up through the spine. That interlace behind, heart lifted. A little teeny bit of a back bend here. This can be kind of nice, lengthening. And then as you engage the core, draw the low abs in and up. And we'll fold forward just a little amount to get us started. Keep the core engaged. And inhale, slowly rising up. I like the little back bend, so Drawing the shoulders back, lift the heart, pull down with the hands, gaze up to the beautiful sky or wherever you're at, rooted down through the foundation. And then exhale, fold forward with that low belly drawn in, forward fold. Go a little bit deeper, best you can. It's fine to bend the knees, relax the neck. Breathe in and out through the nose. And inhale, press to the feet, rise on up, all the way to the top. Let's take that back bend a little bit too. Heart lifted, legs engaged, gazing up. And then this time, exhale, suck the belly in, and forward fold as much as you can. See where you're at today, and it's all good. Maybe it's a little bit less, maybe it's a little bit more, maybe you need to bend the knees. Relax the neck here, allow the head to hang, draw your shoulders out of your ears, and then take a few breaths. With that core engaged, inhale, press through the feet, rise on up. And we'll release the hands to our side. Pause, take a breath, feel the energy in your body. It's the feeling of everything, allowing for everything in our experience. It's a moving meditation. Breathe. I'm going to turn to face the camera. Maybe you turn to face the long edge of your mat if you have one. You can see I'm being very earthy here. No mat, you can do yoga anywhere. We'll take our triangle. So it is, in today's Western version of yoga, we want a nice leg length distance apart. I'll pivot on the feet. I'm going to point my toes to the left according to the camera, and engage the muscles in my legs. The back toes are in about 45 degrees. You can either be arch to heel, heel to arch, or you can be heel to heel. It's a little bit more advanced, but we just want nice muscle energy in the legs, strong arms here. And to begin, this is this idea of from your feet hugging in towards the center, like hugging in towards your pelvis. That creates more stability with the muscle energy. From your fingertips and your feet, kind of drawing it in to hug in to protect the joints. Then exhale, we'll just tilt a little bit like we did before. Hand could come to the thigh, maybe your hand is on your hip. The arm could go overhead this time if you like, or just breathing and stretching. Make sure not to hyperextend the knee by pushing back too far. Breathe, and we'll just inhale, come on out, and switch the feet. Front feet in 90 degrees, out 90 degrees, back foot in 45. Look at your alignment, strong arms. Breathe here, root down, plug in, so plugging in from fingertips and feet, drawing into center. And then maybe just kind of tilting forward, just taking a little triangle. Hand could come to the hip. Feel the stretch. This is just a small stretch, a little bit of a stretch. Maybe the arm could go overhead. Breathe and explore. It doesn't really matter how it looks. I'm sure all the yoga people out there would be like, that's not triangle pose. Doesn't matter. Press through the feet, rise on up. Pivot on the feet once again, taking that front foot out 90 degrees, back foot in 45. The muscle energy is nice and important though, to protect the joints and stay light and lifted out of the joints. And we'll move in a little bit further. So I'm kind of reaching out over that leg and coming in a little bit further. Maybe my hand comes to the shin, top hand to the hip. I can stay here with an open heart. I'm still hugging into my center, lengthening through my spine. Perhaps the arm goes up, maybe overhead. Breathe. And inhale, come on out. And we'll move to the other side. We'll engage the muscles in the legs. Stand up nice and tall through the side body, hugging into center. And move to your variation on this side. Breathe. Maintain that nice hug, hugging in, breathing. Maybe an arm reaches overhead, shoulders on the back. Do what feels good. I know that's a term that's being used out there, but it's true. Do what feels good to you. Inhale, rise on up. Again, arms out from shoulders, pivot. We'll do this one final time and hold it a little bit longer. Front foot 90, back foot 45. Strong arms. Feel your feet. Muscles in the legs are engaged. Length through the spine. Drawing the feet towards one another. Inhale. Exhale. Go to your edge. Come a little bit further. Maybe you're using a block to hold onto a block or a book. Maybe your shin, the top arm over, shoulders are stacked, heart open. Breathing all the while, rooted down through the outer edge of the back foot. Maybe a micro bend. Breathe. Gazing up, keep that muscle energy for the stability. Couple more breaths. And inhale, rise on out. Pivot the feet. Take a breath, spread your arms wide. Engage the muscles in arms and legs, drawing into center. Inhale. Exhale. Move to your edge. Bottom arm down. Hand could be here. Remember, open your heart. Breathe. Lengthen. Gaze up. Draw the feet towards one another, hugging into the pelvis, lengthening through the spine. Breathe and stretch. And inhale, rise on out, arms out from the shoulders, toes point forward, and let's step the left foot to the right. Take the arms overhead and arms down by your side. Okay, so we have that circle hip posture, kind of moving around and around. We'll do this as well. It's just an interesting way to move. Feel your feet, muscles engaged, abs in and up. And we'll tilt forward, strong, long spine, and move over to the left a little bit. Then the hips move forward, heart lifted, long neck. It's going a little circle and over to the right. And deeper this time, continuing in the same circle. Just moving and feeling into your hips. Push out through that right hip. Now hips forward, heart lifted, hands to the back pockets. Tilting to the other side. And now final time, going really deep, maybe a nice just flow here. It's like the river, flowing along. And come back to center, and then we will go in the opposite direction. So halfway, move to the right, and back. Keep the heart lifted. I'm sure a boat just passed by. I didn't even see it. That's what makes it amazing. A little bit of music. And coming forward like this. And we'll go a little deeper, pushing out through that left hip. Now hips forward, heart lifted. And to the left. And final time with that flow. Keep your core engaged here. Go as deep as you can. See how your hips move. Pelvis moves all the way around. Back to center. And inhale. Come on up. Nice work. I'm going to take you to that downward facing dog we did earlier in the series, just to reintroduce that again. It's being used a lot in classes today for a long time. So plant the hands, fingers are spread nice and wide. Knees are directly underneath your hips. This is a table position. You could stay here. If you're moving on, make sure you're rooted down through the four corners of your hand and engage, kind of hug in isometrically with your forearms and broaden your shoulders already. Suck your belly in, inhale, and lift the hips up. Keep your knees bent. Push away with your hands, lifting up through the hips. You could stay here. Want that strong, straight spine. Upper arms with the ears. If you feel comfortable enough to straighten out the legs, you'll get a great tractioning of the spine here. This is our downward facing dog. You're breathing in and out through the nose. You could bend one knee and then straighten the other just to kind of walk out. It's called walking the dog. So here's some tips. Root down through the index finger mound, thumb mound, pinky mound, and outer heel of the hand, and draw energy from your hands into your heart. You're pushing down through your hands, and also you're drawing that energy up to be light and lifted, and the pelvis is light and lifted. The thighs draw back, sit bones draw down, shoulders are broad, and muscle engagement in the arms and legs to keep it nice and strong. Breathe here. And then slowly come down to your knees. Just wanted to reintroduce that since we haven't seen that in a while back in our series. Okay, so butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet come together. It can be quite a distance apart. It's easier that way. I'll draw the flesh from behind. The hands can come to the shins. Sit up nice and tall. Breathing here. And we can draw the heels in closer. The soles of the feet face up towards the ceiling or the sky. Try to sit up tall. If you find yourself rounding, that can happen. That's okay. You could sit on a block. That can be helpful, or a rolled blanket to help lift the hips up over the knees a bit, or the pelvis. Another option that I've shown before is to take the hands behind the back, tent your fingers, lift your heart, and then notice how the pelvis moves over the femur bone and begins to relax your thighs. Well, that's great. Breathe. We'll release that and draw the heels in any amount more. Maybe you tent the fingers behind you, once again lifting the heart, breathing in and out through the nose, trying to relax those thighs any amount. And yes, increments. So even if we practice yoga 10 to 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, it makes a difference over time. It's just that consistent practice where we start to see change, mind, body, and heart, flexibility and strength as well. All right, take the hands to the thighs, draw the knees in towards one another. We're going to revisit lion's breath. Sit on the knees and the ankles. Try to draw your heels in towards one another so it looks like you're not splaying out. You're drawing the heels in, squeeze the thighs in. I'll face the camera for this. This is a wonderful way to look really interesting and it's all good as well. I spread the fingers wide like lion's claws. So that's courage and strength within us, and we release energy. So we breathe in through the nose and then out through the mouth. The tongue comes all the way down to the chin. We bulge the eyes, tense everything up in our face so it just releases tension. Very practical. Feels good too. And you lean forward slightly. We'll do this 3 times. Here we go. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. A lion's breath. Come down onto the floor, onto the earth, wherever you're at for our Cobra series. Cobra, and we'll do also camel, a little bit of a back bend that we did in the last couple of yoga days. We'll first come onto the belly. This time we'll have the hands and arms at our side. So palms face down. You don't want to have the legs super strong. So zipping up the legs or strengthening the legs. Press through the toes, tops of the feet, press down through the pelvis. Breathe and lift the heart up. Chin is in slightly. We're making the neck nice and long. So breathe here. You can push down a little bit through the hands if you like. You can feel that mid-back strength. You're really working it. Breathe and breathe. And slowly lower. We'll lower the left ear to the earth, palms face up. Relax. Let's do that one again. Chin forward, palms face down. Engage the muscles in your legs. We're hugging skin to muscle to bone. Big inhale. Lift the heart up and the shoulders up, head up. Chin in. Breathe. Think extension from your pelvis through the crown of your head, and think extension out through your toes. Continue to breathe. Continue to lift. And slowly lower. Let's take the opposite ear to the earth and rest. Plant the hands beside your torso, tuck your toes, press yourself up. We'll do a child's pose here. Just a release from that back bend, knees wide, toes together. Reach the hands and arms forward, forehead down to the earth or your mat. It's good to do a counter stretch. So back bend, then you do a forward fold. With an engaged core, drawing your belly in, low belly in and up. Just walk yourself on up. We'll sit back on the knees and the feet again, the ankles. This is so good for our ankles and our feet. Maybe I'm appealing to a crowd that's my age. I have no idea. I'm at this time in 2024, I'll be turning 54. So the functional mobility is super important because I'm interested in being outside a lot and hiking in these beautiful mountains, being able to do that, being able to carry a pack, being able to cross a river and swim and jump off the cliff. So we take care of ourselves. Knees and heels together. You want to squeeze in, lengthen your tailbone here. And hands could just come to the back pockets. We could just say that and lift the heart, elbows drawing in. That could be something to try. Or let's tent the fingers. Just see if you can lift the heart and keep the neck long rather than dropping all the way back. Just try it like this. Lift heart, broaden shoulders. It's a back bend. Breathe. Either stay here if you want a little bit more, maybe walk back a little bit more. Keep tenting the fingers, lift the heart. Neck is long. Gaze up. Relax the jaw. And inhale, walk yourself on back. Good. Let's just fold in here for kind of a fetal position counter pose, which is a child's pose too. So the legs are in together, forehead to the earth, palms face up, rest here. With your core engaged, inhale. Let's come out of that. So our headstand is next that I explained last time. We're not doing the full headstand, just a portion. So I'm on this rock that I don't plan on doing the full headstand, but the portion that we've been practicing. We'll take an interlace, just watch first, and then we'll try it again together. I plant my hands down, my elbows are in line with the shoulders, my pinky side edges are firmly down, my wrists are firm, my forearms are firm, and I simply place my head in between my hands. My top of my head where that soft spot like a baby, that spot, that's where you want to be. Draw the shoulders out of the ears, push down through the forearms. You can see my knees are bent, toes are tucked. You could stay here just practicing pushing into the forearms. Otherwise, lift the hips up like you're in that downward facing dog. And this could be where you're practicing. Notice if I go like this, my shoulders are in my ears, draw them out, push through forearms, nice and steady here. Just practice this. Or moving on, you could walk the feet in closer. My knees are really bent, thighs are close to the chest. Make sure the neck is long. Breathe here, stay here, and slowly come down to the knees and curl yourself on up. That's just practicing getting used to being kind of upside down for the idea of moving into a headstand, which we'll be doing along the way. We're practicing. Okay, so we'll try this again. Taking an interlace, hands down, forearms down. I think I have a dog coming into the scene. Yes, hello Cole, nice to see you. We'll see how it does, he does with this. Looks like it's good. So my head is coming down, push down through the forearms. I'm tucking my toes, lift my hips up, push down through the forearms and the wrists. Maybe bend my knees and walk in a little bit. Breathe, neck is long, push through the forearms, core is engaged. And then slowly come down to the knees and curl yourself on out. Okay, great. So what's next now is a forward fold. So let's sit down and extend the legs out in front of us. Hands beside you, next to the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Feet are flexed here. Lift the heart. Chin is parallel with the earth. Knit the ribs in and breathe. We'll move into the forward fold section. Inhale, arms overhead, reaching up nice and tall. And exhale, drawing forward, hands can come to the top of the thighs and reaching and leading with the heart. You always want the hips a little bit higher than the knees to draw forward and keep that strong, straight spine. If that's not happening for you, sit on a blanket or a block. You could always have the hands tented behind you to be able to lift and lengthen out from the pelvis. Inhale back to center, arms overhead, reach up nice and tall. And exhale, drawing forward again, any amount. We're just going for sensation, breathing here. Inhale, arms up, reach up nice and tall. And exhale, come forward. It will look different for everyone. Be gentle on yourself. And push down through the tops of your thighs. Lead again with the heart and continue to breathe. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. It's all good. Draw forward any amount more, looking at your toes, and then slowly folding in. Allow yourself to surrender. Breathing here. Keep that core engagement. And inhale, slowly rise on up. We'll take that extended, that really long forward fold once again. Inhale, reaching up high. And exhale, folding in, like reaching from the pelvis out. So you can tell I've been doing yoga for a long time, so I'm able to extend really far from my pelvis forward, but I wasn't always like this. It took a long time And it wasn't a goal, it was just an enjoyment. So enjoy where you're at, feel where you're at. And inhale, unwind, come on out. We'll take a twist. Draw that right foot in and cross it over. Right hand supports right underneath the sacrum, close to the spine. Inhale, left arm stretches up, and exhale to turn and twist, hooking the elbow or holding onto the knee. Inhale, lengthen, fill up the lungs. Exhale, turn and twist. The neck is the last that twists, and then look over your shoulder. We're working into the vagus nerve that runs through the face as well, drawing us into that natural state of ease, the parasympathetic, and releasing good hormones. Turn and twist. Slowly unwind, counter twist, and we'll do the opposite leg. The left foot draws in. You could always do the twist here too. Take your twist, hugging in like this, or cross the foot over. Left hand to the base of the spine. Hi, Cole. Right foot flexed. Inhale. Right arm reaches up. Turn and twist. Oh, create that length. Gaze over the shoulder. Breathe. And inhale, slowly unwind yourself, counter twist. Let's take that one once more, drawing the right foot in. Choose if you'll cross it. Hug in with your opposite arm, right arm to the base of the spine. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And inhale, slowly unwind. Do the opposite. Crossing the foot over, left hand to the base of the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist it. Right foot is flexed. So feel your sit bones, lengthen, breathe in, turn and twist. Cole is licking himself and grooming himself from being in the river. Look out over your shoulder. And inhale. Slowly unwind, take a counter twist. We'll come down to the earth, all the way down onto the back. Draw the shoulder blades under, palm faces up. Pause here for a moment, chin in slightly. We'll draw the right knee into the chest, take an interlace. Let's take an interlace behind the right thigh. I can't remember what I did in the very beginning section of lifting and extending that leg way up. The right foot is flexed. This is the leg over. So we'll cross the leg over to the left. Use the left hand as a kickstand for the leg and the right arm out to the side. Moving on to that left hip. Breathing into your body and gazing out over the fingertips. Sorry if you're getting a little sound of Cole grooming himself after a day in the sun. Inhale, slowly make your way on up, and we'll allow that leg to come down. Hey buddy, can you come sit down? Cole, come here. Let's go over there. Go on. Okay. Draw the left leg in, hold on to the back of the thigh, extend the left leg up to the sky. And slowly use your right arm as a kickstand to come over, leg over, and you're coming onto that right hip. Left arm extends out, gaze out over best you can. Continue to breathe. Inhale your way on up to center. Slowly lower, bend that knee, bend the leg. Let's repeat that one more time. Extend the right leg up, hands behind the thigh, foot is flexed. And draw the right leg over to the left, right arm out to the side. Gaze out over the right hand, breathe. Come onto that left hip a little bit more. And inhale, slowly unwind and bend the knee. Allow the leg to come down. Draw the left leg in, interlace behind the thigh. Left foot flex just for a moment. And draw that right leg over to the side, left arm out to the side. Come onto the right hip, gaze over the left hand. Breathe. You want to follow that breathing pattern in and out through the nose. And inhale, slowly help that leg on up. And bend the knee. We'll take the feet wide for a moment, knees wide for a moment. Maybe arms to the side, palms face up. Do a little windshield wiper, knees come over to the right and then to the left, working into the hips. And draw the feet hip width distance apart and draw the thighs into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And begin to rock and roll on the spine, maybe 1, 2, 3. All the way up to a seated position. I was thinking not too many rock and rolls for me on the rock. So let's stand up tall for that complete breath. I would like to take that half lotus we learned. Half lotus could always be taken with a leg extended and you're just working in a figure 4 with the foot flexed. Any kind of sukhasana, which is a word for crisscross applesauce. Or if you have that room to draw the foot way up onto the thigh and drawing the knee down into the half lotus, we'll take the complete breath 3 times. It's an equal breath. We'll inhale for a count of 4, maybe 5, and pause at the top for 5. Then exhale for 5, contract the low abs in and up. And then we'll repeat that again. So Cole, you need to go over here so we can do complete breath. Can you sit? Can you sit? Yes. That's a good boy. Okay, that's cute. Oh, here we go, palms face up. We'll inhale through the nose, filling up the belly first. So we'll fill up the belly, then the rib cage, pause at the top for a count of 5, and then slowly exhale out for 5, and then draw low abs in and up, pause for 5. It's a box breathing. So inhale 5, pause 5, exhale 5, pause 5 as you contract the abs. Okay, so here we go. We're going to also raise the shoulders on the inhale. We've got it. Inhale into the belly. All the way to the lungs. Pause at the top. Lift the shoulders. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw low abs in and up. Pause. Good. Inhale belly, low ribs, upper rib cage. Lift the shoulders. Pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Contract low abs in and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that together. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Low abs in and up. 3, 2, 1. It's a complete breath. I hope I explained that okay. You're inhaling for 4. Actually, we did 5. Pause for 5. Exhale for 5. Contract the abs. Pause for 5. So we'll go through the entire practice together in one continuous flow to end our time together. Here we go. Go sit down. Go sit down. Sit down. Go sit down. Go sit over there. Go sit. No more practice for today. Namaste.